Dream team.
The night is still ongoing, and Gene has suggested that to soothe his own nerves, that we work on research.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me some int academics. I believe you have your specialty in history, don't you?
Yep, that's how many?
All right, so we can add that in, and we'll go ahead and roll all of that. And this is just to look at, translate, and get what you can from just these specific artifacts: the skull and the pictures of the sarcophagus. Hey, looking good with 3.
Sweet.
For the skull, it's of course hard to match the exact species the skull came from, but canine and Egyptian golden wolf seem likely. It's covered in red sand, as you've already known, but just beneath are carved hieroglyphics in an old dialect. Pulling out one of Gene's books of hieroglyphic translations, you get the following. Forever are the faithful hounds of Anubis given permission to rise. Their task is eternal, and so too shall be their lives. Rich and poor, orderly and chaotic, all who wish peaceful rest shall be granted it. Without a temple or other artifacts to contextualize it, it's hard to guess the artifact's true purpose or use. But do you read that particular line out loud when translating?
No.
Okay. So you just kind of keep it in your head and you go, oh, okay.
I just, well, he'll read it in his head. Let's see here. He would read it out to Gene, actually.
All right.
First.
As you read it out, the room gets very dusty for a moment. The wind picks up inside, and suddenly, there's a dog.
Where does it appear?
1 second. Just behind the couch.
Huh.
And it takes a seat, looks straight up at you, and sort of just sits at attention. Meanwhile, Gene's dog is going crazy and yapping away.
How loud is the dog?
It is tiny, and it has just an adorable little bark.
Okay,
It's not loud enough to even bark over you.
Well, as long as it doesn't disturb the neighbors. That's all I'm concerned about. Huh.
It's okay, the walls are soundproofed. But
sweet.
Isn't this one of those dogs from earlier?
Yes, it is. It's one of the dogs we encountered in the sewers. And it's standing attention. As long as there's not more of them, we should be fine.
He gives a single bark.
I guess that's a yes. So, at this point, Thomas is just going to stare at the dog and stare back at the skull.
Well, I'm not sure about keeping another dog, but as long as he's not going to do anything to us, I suppose we could continue our research.
Yeah.
He kind of looks at the dog and kind of goes, if you want to leave, you'll tell us, right? And it barks once at him, and then goes to curl up on the rug.
Oh, that's good. Let's just continue our research.
All right.
Thomas puts the skull down on the living room table.
And of course, you have the pictures of the sarcophagus to go over next. Yeah. While Gene's dog attempts to initiate play with a very stoic guardian, you go over the pictures. The pictures of the sarcophagus show that its symbolism is that it is missing symbolism from royal mummification. The colors are green, white, and blue, rather than white and red. Wealth, but not royalty. The exterior is not depicted with the crook and flail, but instead a was scepter. A stylized staff depicted frequently with set. The was hieroglyph itself means power, The subject was thus either a priest of Set or felt he was powerful. The scepter's purpose is also responsible for the well-being of the deceased. The name inscriptions are hard to read, but show his name to be Mahu. Without a tome, there's little else to glean immediately about his life. It's unclear if the body was even left in the sarcophagus.
I wish we could have looked inside of the sarcophagus when we were there. But we couldn't.
If only, but circumstances didn't quite permit it. Everyone seemed to want to cut and run.
Yeah. At the out of character, can Thomas or Jean still feel Monty blood sympathy at all? Researching?
Well, it's past for now, but I suppose if he gets agitated by something else while he's away, then I'll be the first to know.
Okay. I'm not looking forward to it. So, Mahu, we should be able to maybe find some information on him. Maybe look into the Gotham archives.
Well, I think there was another Mahu on record, but I don't think this is the same person. We'd have to find something from this person's tomb to gather more about him. And it looks like someone already completed the dig if most of the artifacts and the mummy itself are here.
That is very true.
Back to old Gotham? Ready for round 2?
No. I'd rather not, especially after...
neither would I. Perhaps this is just a mystery we could leave to the side.
Don't tempt me to go back to old Gotham to do that. I wouldn't go back.
About it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a quick bathroom break real quick.
Sweet.
Be back in 1 minute.
So silence while the dog stares or plays with the little... Yeah, you got a
Yes, do
small
guardian
dog now.
dogs play, I guess, is the question.
Yeah. Can I command... I would like to say I could command it to play with the Jack Russell Terrier. Play with the Jack Russell Terrier. Okay, keep it occupied. It's a big buff dog and this small little tiny dog. That was just great how Sarah and Gunkin got. That was amazing.
Complete opposites.
Nice little contrast there.
Yeah. Sarah, like Guntram is more suave and Sarah's like, hey, wanna make out. It's very straightforward.
She is just no nonsense, like, yeah, this is what it is. She's not sugarcoating it for anyone.
Look, I can tell you that would probably work on me. I appreciate that shit.
Well,
Like, hey, a girl that's straightforward and to the point. I like that.
I almost wanted to get like a 5 successes and just for kicks, but
oh,
it's like, oh, we both got dates out of that out of those different seduction techniques.
so remembering how Thomas got his first drink, he was so nervous about it, but just walked up to a drunk guy, struck up conversation, let him at the back, and got a drink, and actually sent him an Uber to go back home.
Oh yeah, of course Griffin is to the bathroom because
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask, because since my humanity is still at 7, if I should be rolling humanity for the fact that it just drank blood.
I don't
So
think
I believe
so.
that.
I think that's a higher level, it's like 8.
I
Well-
think it's if you're not doing it to cause
Yeah,
if you're not
well,
causing them any pain.
feeding from the unwilling or unknowing is a humanity 9.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Well, I believe it does say, but maybe I just misinterpreted that under humanity 7, like hurting someone for blood.
Yeah, that's injuring
Right.
someone.
Injuring someone for blood is like doing a frenzy. Or
I mean, if you would
killing
you
people.
assume that the Red Cross is injuring people every day for blood drives?
No, but technically
There you go.
you are yeah, but you are doing like lethal damage to the person you're drinking from, so you are injuring them.
Well, it depends on how far you go.
There's a
Yeah.
fine line between pleasure and pain.
That's
You should
Also
only
very
take
true.
like
As
2
far as the
points of
game
blood.
mechanics seem to go, losing blood
Mhm.
does count as lethal damage and you have to recover from it. Presumably because if you get stabbed, you have much less blood to lose before you die. Additionally, if you lose too much, you will take a penalty of some kind of blood loss
Yeah.
penalty. I forget the exact name, but I know it exists, and nobody
Yeah,
has
wound
necessarily started
penalty.
a fight yet
It's
with
more
it.
phantom damage than real damage.
Mhm.
It's not. You're not killing them.
No,
Or really hurting
but I
them.
am. But
But
I
you
am
could drain them
taking
of all their
a-
blood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if I had said like yeah I'll take 7 Vitae, I could have easily have killed her or at least put
Yeah.
her in a coma.
Yeah.
It's all right. I mean, I was just curious if that if drinking blood in and of itself counts as injuring someone over blood. But if it doesn't, then that's fine too.
I was
I
wondering
don't
that
mind.
myself, and I've come to the conclusion that just drinking blood itself does not count as injuring someone over blood. Rather, it is starting a fight and injuring someone over being able to take blood.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you go ahead
Okay.
and you start a fight with, like, a gang guy, and then decide, okay, so now I'm going to drink your blood, because that's what my
Yeah.
goal was the whole time or something.
Or if you
Or you
accidentally
get in a fight with
drain
another
someone dry.
vampire over territory.
Fair enough. I
Very
suppose if I would have drunk her into a coma, that would probably have count.
That might just more count as, like, accidental manslaughter.
Fair enough.
The bird agrees.
Sorry.
Bird is so wise.
Oh, so adorable.
Let's see. Adam, you
Yeah.
were planning on going to do something other than what I predicted. Let's see.
Yes.
All right. So you were going to go see your new mentor. Let's
Yeah.
see. Did I put the name down anywhere here? I hope so.
Let me check.
James.
Yeah, I might have to
Dean.
check my own notes. Did I put her in Circle of Crone? Nope, I did not put her in there yet. So I just have to kind of scroll back a little bit. That was yesterday, so maybe it's in 11. Oh, here we go, with Mentor. So it should be here. There we go. Alvera Ingram.
Hmm.
Alvera Ingram in Journals All. Adam's Mentor. And we'll go ahead and put her into the Circle of Crone pile. There we go. Cool. And you were going to go looking for her.
Yep. And
The
Royal
last
wasn't
thing I
there.
believe she gave you was a dress, wasn't it?
Correct.
All right. So
And
you
we-
and George are going to head that way, right?
Yep. And while on the way, I wanted to call the sheriff.
Okay. I do think I gave you his number, didn't I?
You did.
All right. So on the drive,
in
George is
Roger's
driving, and
home.
you are calling.
Yep.
After a little bit, he picks up. Hello.
Hi,
Which-
sheriff.
Who's this?
It's Adam Feller.
Adam, are you? Oh yeah, I think I remember you.
Yeah.
What's up?
Well, I hate to bother you like that, but I think there's a couple things in town. How do I put this? I need to see the prince. At least have an earring if I can.
Well, he's got a secretary for that.
Yeah, but I don't know her number. So where is it?
Okay. And he'll go ahead and read out the number to you, and even give you an address for where you need to go.
Thanks, and it's well, it might concern you too, but it's let's say I have ample information on what's going on with us in town with all the death and
Really?
stranger's magic.
What you
Yes.
got? Help with my investigation, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure we will. I will answer to your question while answering to the prince as well.
Alright. And he'll go ahead and hang up.
Nice. And so I will book well, a meeting with the prince if I can. With his secretary.
Okay. So a meeting with the prince is actually slightly easier than you think.
Really?
There is a downtown office building. Gray, concrete, almost no windows, and almost entirely unimportant, and your eyes can just go straight past it. But maybe it's the fact that there's no markings, no name, and not really any indication of who or what this building does. That kind of draws your eyes back to it as a bit of a mystery. You head to the front door, and there's a small lobby with a few guards in suits who stand at a couple of different doors, and a single secretary there. She guards the front. She looks up at you and goes, "Oh, hello there. Do you have an appointment?
Yeah.
Maybe I could get your name?"
Yes, it's Adam Feller. And
Adam
I'd
Feller.
like to get an appointment.
Alright then. Let me go ahead and see here. And she'll go ahead and type your name into the computer. Adam. Yes, alright. Your name is in fact on the list. And you say you want to have a meeting, don't you? Who would you like a meeting with?
Well, the prince.
I see. Let me go ahead and see his schedule. Yeah, he appears to be free right now.
Right now?
Indeed. There's nothing on the schedule here.
Well, good, I guess.
Well then, let's go ahead and take you straight up to see him. She looks around at each of the guards and kind of plays eeny, meeny, miny, mo with them for half a second and points to one of them. Bert, you take this lovely gentleman up, would you? And Bert, the security guard, will go ahead and escort you through the building. The halls are bland and nondescript, with age-old carpet lining the halls. It feels like it's stepped out of the 1950s with decorum that has not been updated at all. You pass by what seem to be a wide area just full of cubicles, and you can tell each of these people here are perhaps ghouls or kindreds busily at work at some kind of paperwork, but they all jealously guard from view exactly what they're doing. You are taken to a very modest office, of all things. With a simple wooden desk, and behind it a very simple-looking gentleman. Clean-shaven, sharp suit, and a casual, professional demeanor. And of course, with him is the sheriff.
Oh man.
Let me see. What did I say his name was? Did I put that down anywhere? I really should have. Let me go ahead and pull up his name real quick. I got this big sheet of NPCs right here. There we go. Alistair. He stands up and walks around his desk and goes straight up to greet you, hand out to shake. Evening there. My name is Alistair. Nice to meet you. You must be Adam.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good
secretary
evening.
just informed you, and your friend here, he wasn't on any list yet. Interesting. We'll have to do that.
Adam is a bit taken back by the prince's demeanor.
You do get at least a very broad sense when you shake his hand that he is within the same clan as you. You share that gentle little sympathetic bond of brothers.
Can I try? Can I try to roll blood sympathy to see if I am more related to him or if it's just clans?
Absolutely.
Offensive
Let's go ahead and roll. You can go ahead and do what was it? Wit's blood sympathy?
I believe so. Yes.
And
Yeah.
I think there's no bonus to
Wits,
this.
blood potency, and blood sympathy.
Right. In which case, of course, the answer precedes the result, which is 0. But go ahead and roll. You are still making a connection.
No, not wits and empathy.
Oh dear, the hounds. I'm just waiting half a second. Oh, then they stopped. Alright. You of course get the sense that you are not very closely related to him, unfortunately. However, you do get a quick little emotional impact from making this connection. You get a sense of happiness, of greeting, and maybe of a little bit of low-key anxiety.
Ooh.
And in fact, you can kind of see maybe a little bit of the stress on his own forehead. Not necessarily from you, but it seems like it's been building. And of course, he shakes his hand happily. What are you feeling?
Confused, a bit anxious, and a bit proud.
All right. And he's gonna give you a nice big smile, and he's gonna offer you up a very comfy-looking plush chair right in front of his desk. Please go ahead and have a seat. Tell me all your worries.
All right.
Devin quietly fades into the background of the conversation.
Well, Adam will take his seat and he will search in his pocket and pulls out one of the two syringes he still have, and put it on the desk.
And what do we have here?
Well, you have this here is a source of your problem. Well, not all your problem, but some of them. The source of, well, the deaths that have been happening in our community. It's a bastardization of several rituals from at least one covenant, and it replicates what is called the duel, which, well, as the name implies, summons opponents to battle to the death. And
Kind of gives a little ooh. Devin told me about this one.
Yes, but I know who's been making it.
Oh, you do! And he just claps his hands together excitedly.
We've been on this trail for a while now.
Well, don't leave me
And-
in suspense.
Well, his name is Isamu Ryogi, and
Yugi.
is one of us, but he was a mage in his life and might have retained some of his more esoteric powers in death.
He quietly pulls out a little bit of a little notepad and a pen, and just starts scribbling down notes as you talk.
And
Go on, continue.
I have met some friends which can track him down, and we plan on going after him soon. Just thought you would like a little heads up on the current situation.
Oh, absolutely. I've been having my man Devin here go out and investigate it for me. And he's been doing a wonderful job, but this is news to me. So I'm very happy to hear all this.
Well,
So you're investigating this too then, correct? So
of course,
what's your plan?
my plan.
What's your stake even in this?
Well, Ryogi seems to, let's just say seems to be connected in some way. He inflicted the duel on me once and cursed the car to try to kill me. And so my plan is simple. I will track him down, kill him, and that's all, really.
Ah, revenge. Classic kindred move.
Not just revenge, there's something else with him, and you could say it's my duty to take care of him.
That was a little French, wasn't it?
My duty?
Oh, duty. Okay.
Duty.
Sorry.
I didn't entirely hear the word, so I thought it was something I didn't understand.
Nope.
There we go. All right, your duty. Duty, huh? Well, far be it from me to poke at your obligations up front. But it does sound like you have things in hand, so I guess why the friendly visit, other than I guess just to say hello? Most people come here asking for something.
I'm not asking for anything. I'm just letting you know what I plan to do and what's going on.
Well, as you know, of course, I'm very laissez-faire about the law around here. And of course, there's nothing to stop you from pursuing your current plan. You, of course, have the, what's the word? The permission of the prince to continue as you are.
Now that I think of it, I hate to bother you, but there's something actually that I might, if I may ask of you a favor of some sort.
Well, I'm listening.
Well, it has to, well, I had a friend that lived in the sewer and who got a little antagonistic with a certain Lily Hunt.
Oh, yes, I've heard that name. It's actually been coming up a little bit lately, interestingly enough. Please continue.
You see, he sired a child and made a bunch of ghoul of some mole people.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, and he got in a fight with this Lily Hunt, and unfortunately, well, he didn't quite survive it. So no, his child is, well, sireless, and the people of the sewer have nowhere to go, and I would greatly appreciate it if you could, well, convince Lily Hunt to let them go back to the sewers and find someone to take care of his child.
Oh, well, it sounds to me like he has the perfect opportunity to exercise his new freedom, but Is the sewers really the place he wants to go back to?
No, I don't think he wants to go back to, but at least his people at least do.
Is he... He kind of thinks for a little bit. Well, I do think there are a few Elysiums that might offer temporary asylum for right now. But if he's looking for arbitration, I do have a few lawyers who could definitely help serve as a third party to whatever dispute he and Lillian have.
I just want them to settle this nicely. Don't want unnecessary conflict right now. This is not really a good time for bloodshed. I think
Well, it never really is, but sometimes it can't be helped. Well, there's nothing necessarily stopping anyone from making their decisions here. Perhaps I could send a representative of mine to each party and just help sort out whatever's happening.
Thank you. That's all I have to. Well,
I think that's the least I could do.
like to
And hopefully it should help solve everything. Do you know where this other person is? What did you say his name was?
His name is Dave. He's in. He currently resides in my, in my heaven.
Ah, I
Yes.
see. Perhaps we could send a representative with you.
Yes. Well, you seem to know some things about me, so I assume you would know where my heaven is. I don't really need.
Oh, of course. I like to keep tabs on everyone. And though I no longer require people to tell me about children, I find out one way or another.
Does he look at Devin as he says this?
Yep, Adam will look at
They
them.
share a quick little glance between each other of just sort of like a little childish, oh yeah, we know kind of look, before looking back at Adam.
Yes.
George will kind of pipe up and go, well, if you're gonna get Dave a place, can I get one too? And,
I would like you to reside with me until I complete your training.
And Alistair will kind of look back and go, well, we don't have any sort of program set up, but you're always available to pursue your own freedom, I'm sure. And he gives just sort of that glance of, we ain't helping you. And George will just cross his arms and pout a little bit. Well, fine, I'll stay with you for now, Adam.
Don't worry, it's not as horrible as it sounds.
I could use a better place than dirt. Basement's not exactly comfy.
Yeah, I
Greg
know.
takes the bed.
We'll figure this out.
Well, if that's all then, I'm glad that you stepped by. It's always nice to meet a few of my constituents, as it would be.
Yes. Well, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Likewise, and you have a pleasant evening. And he'll go
Yes.
ahead and gently see you to the door, and Bert will escort you out of the building.
Phew.
George will just kind of look over and go, so, that's the prince, ruler of
Yeah.
vampire society, like you said.
Not what I expected to, but
Seems like a nice guy.
yeah,
Get
that's
kind of a sleazy vibe off of him, but seems nice, I guess.
yeah.
He kind of turns around and looks at the building before you go and kind of goes, you know, ain't this one of those CIA buildings?
I don't know. I'm not from here.
He goes ahead and gets to the car and just kind of talks about it on the way. Yeah, I saw like a documentary once, like bunch of the secret organizations of like the US love just having completely nondescript buildings, love hiding in plain sight.
Yeah.
I think that's
Well,
one of them. Like it matches the description, but it's not like we'd find anything about it. It's like, oh yeah, this is totally CIA property.
maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe he was a CIA operative in his life or something like that.
And so he
Wouldn't
took over the
surprise
whole
me.
building then?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, maybe it's just an office and he's renting space. Maybe they never took away his desk. He just kind of
Maybe.
laughs at it.
It's kind of unsettling to think about, but yeah, maybe.
Hey, you said like maquettes are all about like shadows and secrets and stuff. Better than a CIA agent,
Yes, I'm
right?
just. Of course.
Oh, look out behind you, he's in the back seat. Oh no.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like gently pokes you in the rib with his elbows as he's driving. Ah, come on, lighten up. It's not like you
Yeah,
got
yeah.
a target on you.
Well, I cannot do. This
Well, one
really
target at a
does.
time then.
Yeah. That's. Don't worry, we'll find you a place. We just need to, well, deal with this Ryugi thing before. And
Yeah, like I said, one thing at a time.
yeah, one thing at a time.
Got a bit of a score to settle with him too.
I guess so. Yeah, it makes sense.
All right. Clearing my throat. Let's see. Timetable and schedules. I'm going to go ahead and say everyone has gone through the night at this point.
Oh,
So, Adam, you do have one more thing to deal with when you get home. When
oh
you get
God.
home and open the door, inside there are several dirty people in your living room. There's one, there's Dave, and there's three. They have made themselves at home. Let me pull up what I got here.
Oh, for God's sake.
Do do I have any description here? Nope, I just have the scenario. Okay. But looking around Jeffrey, there's a large number of needles, medicine, and some illegal drugs sprawled out on the floor. Dave has a small backpack and stands with his back to the corner of a room. His hands are behind his back, and mud has trilled from his feet to his location. And Sarah is curled up on the couch, crying and wiping her face clean with tissues, and building up a pile next to the floor while Greg puts a shoulder around her and tries to comfort her. Dave is sitting on one of the comfy chairs in your living room.
Okay. Well. Fuck. Okay, what's happening here?
Well, just making ourselves at home, friend. I'm so glad that you invited us in, you know? It's really gonna make things easier for these three.
Okay.
Oh, your fridge is empty now, by the way. There wasn't
Oh
much in
my
there in the first place.
fucking God. Okay. One thing. I'm willing to play the host for one night. Well, I guess one day, one night's one day. This night and this day to come. After that, you have to find someplace else. I've talked to the prince. Well, he will send a representative to help you with this lily hunt business, and you will. Well, you will have help, and 4 of you, and 5 of you, I mean.
Well, I mean, sure, but we're up top here. I mean, if I could just get some time, get a little money, I'm sure we can get a nice apartment of our own. I just need a little bit of time. Got to make sure these 3 are safe, you know?
These 3 will be safe. They will be hosted in what's called an Elysium.
Elysium, that's a fancy term.
That's a fancy term for neutral ground. Well, no shit will happen, and no fancy swimmy with your words type of. You know what I mean.
He kind of thinks for a moment. It's like, I don't know. To be fair, I kind of trust you a lot more than I trust anyone else right now.
That's the. That's the best you will get. You will get. Sorry. I'm doing you a huge favor by speaking out for you and your people. Don't waste.
Well, I do appreciate the help, really.
I have my own shit to deal with.
I get ya. Just my time of need, you know?
Oh, another thing. You ever try to screw me again with your powers, I will fucking kill you. Understand?
Hey, and he just holds up his hands. I'm just trying to be friends. Look. For real this time, then. Friends? He just holds out a hand.
Very well.
And he'll give you just a little shake. Yeah, see? Come on, no harm, no foul. Nothing bad's gonna happen.
You have no idea what's going to happen. In fact, you may be
Yeah,
more
I'm
safe.
good at like telling people the lies that they need to hear.
I don't need that. And you may be more safe. Well, the furthest you will be from me, the most safe you will be. For you and your people.
Oh, one way or another, it still was nice to see you again, Adam.
You're welcome to stay for the day.
Right. I'll figure out what to do tomorrow. And everyone will go ahead and take a rest for the night. Everyone will get back a willpower. Everyone will spend the blood.
And I will
Yay.
spend the willpower right now to stop myself from going to Topper. Yay!
I don't want to be a buzzkill, but according to the official rules, you don't get a willpower back
It's
during the night
not-
as a vampire.
It's not specialized. It's up to the GM.
Fair enough.
I've been rolling with willpower at the night just because I'm nice and because it wasn't in the book that I was reading at the time. So
Fair enough.
that's what it ultimately comes down to. I get it was like intended, but it just didn't end up in the rules.
Nah, that's fine. I don't care. Look,
yeah, it's
if I
cool.
get a free willpower
Plus, you
back, I'll
guys seem
take
to
it.
need it.
Yeah, we've been in some nights we've been using a lot of our willpower.
All right.
Gotta play up your mask and dirges.
Let's
Yep.
go ahead and start with Adam again. Go straight to him.
Oh my god.
When you wake up, there's quite a bit of stuff that will happen. Wildcat is already there and is talking with Greg, and she brought what looks to be a very new sports bag with her. And you can look inside and see that there are candles and skulls inside.
Hello, Wildcat.
Good evening. I'm sorry for getting drunk yesterday, but, well,
No
I'm ready
worries.
to perform the ritual if needed.
Yeah, well, I think that's a good idea, and then we might have to head out to Thomas and Jean place. I think we both need to take a look at what we recovered. Yes, you weren't there. We recovered some artifacts.
Interesting. Well, one thing at a time then.
Yeah,
I'll go ahead and begin performing the ritual here. It'll take a few hours, so you have time to contact everyone.
I will. I need to eat. So.
Shortly thereafter, a black SUV rolls up in front of your apartment.
Dave and the rest of these people are still here, right?
Yes.
Mm.
But, a representative from the prince comes in to collect Dave and take him to Elysium. Dave will
Ah.
go, and he will take everyone else with him for now.
And I will give Dave my number and say, look, if I'm busy right now, but if you need me, you can call me and we'll see what we can do. Okay?
Sure thing, friend. And he'll just go ahead and just
luck.
go straight up to you and hug you in that politician way of showing affection.
Yeah.
And, of course, head out into the night. And,
I
of course, it is
guess-
still raining tonight. A light Gotham drizzle. Heavily overcast and not a single bit of moonlight.
No matter. I'm used to being wet,
Used
sad,
to
and
being wet in the
cold.
dark.
In the dark. I will send a message to everyone for letting them know. To Sarah. I don't have Jack number, do I? No, yeah, yes I do. Yes, sorry,
Jack.
yeah.
We always say that, but I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure I said we
He has
should
called you
number
in the
because-
past, I think.
Yeah. The first time we met, which I said we should exchange number because we're both after Ryugi, so makes sense to contact each other.
But you send out the message to everyone. Wildcat
To-
is doing the ritual, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we will soon know where Ryugi is hiding. We should meet at Jin's apartment tonight.
Okay.
Oh,
Instead of setting up the ritual in your apartment, Wildcat will wait until she goes to Jean's.
actually, what time is it currently?
It is 8 o'clock or so.
Because
On
Thomas would
August the
be
16th, a Wednesday, I believe.
Thomas would be running to his meeting.
It is
actually.
it is time to get going. You gotta get across town real fast for your meeting.